And welcome back to something we haven't done in a long while, Deathbattle predictions. Yeah, it's been a spell. It's been over 2 months, almost three. Well, not quite almost three actually, but almost over 2 months since last Deathbattle. And yeah, I mean, it's been a while, and that's why I was doing the Deathbattle winners tournament. And I got the losers tournament going on now. Oh no, I take it. Oh wow, they're coming back next week. Okay, I got it wrong. I thought they were coming back the 22nd. No, they're coming back next week. That's why we're getting both Yoda and Mickey's previews this week. All right, hey, I'm not complaining. But yeah, Yoda versus King Mickey. You know, you'd hope that when the Deathbattle comes out and they announce it, you go, hey, I know both these characters really well. I can talk about them with no problem whatsoever. Don't have to look anything up. Yoda, all right, I know plenty about Yoda. Yeah, I've never played Kingdom Hearts. Son of a bitch. So yeah, King Mickey. I had to look up King Mickey, and obviously I'm not going to find everything that Deathbattle's probably going to use. But I found like a good solid chunk of what Mickey's capable of doing. So Yoda, obviously Grandmaster, really small, old, but he's can do a lot. he's got tuna menace. He can absorb energy. His telekinesis is through the roof. Force projection. I'm sure illusions. Force push, force healing. He can augment himself with the force. Extremely agile. Obviously, he wields a lightsaber. I'm sure that's not everything. I'm sure because they're probably gonna go into Legends as well with Yoda, like they did with Obi-Wan. And there's probably Legends stuff I'm not aware of when it comes to Yoda. So there's gonna be a lot. Mickey, apparently in Kingdom Hearts, Mickey's actually kind of beast. He's highly durable, capable of taking out like demonic entities. I think like the nobodies or nothing, whatever they're called, dark ones, with like 3 of them in one go. He's extremely skilled swordsman. Also a highly effective magic user, particularly light magic. And I looked up what like everything on Mickey, and now I'm blanking out. But all I know is for a fact is that Mickey is actually really freaking powerful. So I am just surprised this is the matchup. I mean, also they're both owned by Disney, so I guess that makes sense. So, I mean, just going by the little I've said, obviously there's more to it, but I can remember more in the top of my head. I just can't remember it in the way to project it for the video. But who wins in the fight? Well, I mean, I love Star Wars, I do, and my immediate instinct is to say Yoda. He's got a lightsaber and the Force. But I'll be honest, Mickey's got a lot that could give Yoda some trouble, particularly most of his magic could give Yoda some trouble. And Yoda also has a weakness in the sense of his age is a factor. Yoda actually can't, as far as we can tell, Yoda does not fight for at least in Revenge of the Sith. He does, or at least in Revenge of the Sith and Attack of the Clones. In Attack of the Clones, he does not fight for very long. He fights for, if you're watching this actual scene, he's barely fighting for a minute. And in obviously Revenge of the Sith, it's implied that fight's actually going on much longer. Good couple minutes, easy. But yeah, it's the reason he didn't continue to fight is I think he tired himself out. I think he's got stamina issues because of his age. So, I mean, but at the same time, all the light magic Mickey has, Yoda can use his lightsaber to block that, a lot of light attacks. He can use Tuna Menace to just absorb it. So, I mean, most of Mickey's light-based attacks probably aren't going to be an issue for him. And Mickey had been taken by surprise as well. That was one of the ways someone captured him at one point I read, is that they said it couldn't necessarily overpower him straight out. They had to take him by surprise. Yoda, having the Force on his side, could definitely utilize that aspect of just taking advantage of Mickey's ability to be taken by surprise. Then you got to factor in who's probably the better swordsman. Mickey is stated to be a pretty capable keymaster, swordsman, if you will. But I will probably go the Yoda route on that. His style is, and Mickey apparently can fly and hover too, levitate. So there's that. But Yoda can just pull him down with the Force. That's actually probably not going to work, assuming they go that route. I'm also wondering, you think it's going to be a 3D fight or a pixel fight or an animated or like drawn fight? Which one? I haven't seen a preview for it. What do you think it's going to be? I'm actually curious. My betting man instinct says it's probably going to be a pretty good pixelated fight. That's what I'm thinking. I could be wrong though. These are all supposed to be legacy matches, so maybe they're also going to put like the time and care to animate all of these like really high quality. So maybe these will all be CG or like just hand drawn kind of thing. I don't know. This is tough, actually. This is really tough, and this is coming from someone who didn't know a lot about Mickey, and then reading, I'm like, ooh, he could actually give Yoda a real good run for his money. Looking at this, I'm gonna say. Personally, and Mickey's also described as being very tactical and smart, but I'm going to say age and wisdom and experience. Lightsabers are no joke. I don't know if the Keyblade can hold up to a lightsaber. There are metals lightsabers aren't infallible. They can be blocked. We see in Mandalorian, Beskar is more or less lightsaber proof. It's lightsaber resistant minimum, lightsaber proof at maximum. There are creatures that are also like lightsaber proof as well in the Star Wars canon. So lightsabers aren't infallible. I just don't know if a Keyblade can stand up to a lightsaber. Maybe if you imbue it with some energy or magic or light, maybe that's what Mickey can do. But lightsaber being more just naturally dangerous than a Keyblade. I say that because you probably need to augment the Keyblade with like magic and stuff to make it really dangerous, whereas a lightsaber is just a lightsaber. Yoda, I think, is just a more skilled swordsman, and his overall use with the Force, I think, counters a lot of what Mickey can throw at him. Both of them can use healing abilities, so that doesn't really matter in this case, but they can recover. But I think one of the big advantages Mickey has over Yoda is stamina, but Yoda's got enough, I think, to cover his bases that I think he's going to pull the win out. Also, because we know Deathbattle can be biased sometimes, they might go with the Star Wars guy, because besides Luke, no one in Star Wars that has shown up in Deathbattle has won a fight. Granted, there has not been a lot of characters from Star Wars to show up. Vader lost his fight. Boba Fett has lost his fight. Come to think of it, yeah, there have not been any other Star Wars characters to show up in Deathbattle, to the best of my knowledge. So yeah, I guess Deathbattle is 2-1 against Star Wars right now, so maybe they give him the one. Here's the thing. I know to a degree they are a little biased. The Superman one, I think, is the biggest example of that. But I don't think I think the whole bias thing gets blown out of proportion when it comes to Deathbattle. I really think it's just people get upset that the characters they wanted to win lost. I'm not saying there isn't some there. I'm not saying that. There's definitely, again, I go to the Superman Goku one. Like, the way they explain it is like, no, you can hear that it's physically impossible except for Superman. That doesn't matter in a fucking fight. He's lifted the book of infinite pages. No, he didn't. He helped lift Spectre, who's basically weighs infinite. It's like, no, he didn't. Like, none of what you're saying actually happened. You clearly were biased for Superman because of how Superman's portrayed. When you really break it down, it's like, no. If Superman were to win that fight, it's not for the reasons you think. And I personally actually don't think Superman wins the fight. But I could live with it. Like the first fight, I could live with the results of that fight, even though they did the math kind of wrong on Goku. But I could live with the results of that fight because the level of power Goku had at that point, honestly, it really wasn't anywhere near what Superman was like displaying. At least when it comes to like physical strength and durability, to be fair. Speed-wise, Goku definitely had the edge, though. Speed-wise, Goku definitely had the edge, I think. And to be fair, I don't think they calculated it from the right base points either. But that's beside the point. I'm not arguing that sometimes they're biased. I'm saying that I don't think the majority of the time they're that biased. Like, I do think Nightwing should have beat Daredevil. I personally think Red Hood should have beaten Winter Soldier, but when they explained it, I'm like, okay, yeah, that actually makes sense. Besides, DC's actually lost quite a bit, because people seem to really go to the DC losing. DC, Batman's lost twice. Lobo lost his fight. I know there's a couple other examples that I'm just not... Deathstroke lost his fight. Thinking words here. I know there's at least one other one I can go to where that character lost her. Wonder Woman has lost a fight to Rogue. So, yeah, I don't agree the whole, they're biased for DC. DC has lost a lot in Death Battle. They've won a lot, too, but DC has lost a lot in Death Battle. Hell, Doomsday. Doomsday beat the Hulk. Oh, sorry, no, what am I talking about? That is braver in DC. Wow, my bad. But yeah, overall, my opinion overall. Point being, I'm going Yoda. There's a good chance I could end up wrong on this, but I'm going Yoda. By the way, this thumbnail, I need to point it out in console. Put it in the I'll put it in the description. Was made by Dark Vader 2016. So I don't want anyone saying, "Oh, you didn't give credit. You're copying other people's thumbnail." It's a good thumbnail. I'm using it, but I am giving the proper shout out, and it will be in the comment or the description below. Don't at me. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you folks next time. Who you got in the fight? Let me know and why. Thanks for watching. Later.